returned to her.
He's making lots of
With nowhere
mistakes.
else to go, he appeared at the home of his friend Oscar
A
Madison.
mistake.
Several years later, Madison's wife had thrown him out, requesting that he never return. Can two divorced men share an apartment without
No.
driving each other crazy?
No. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees. You know, that was live from La Jolla. We just called Drew Brees. We said, hey, dude, we're starting the program up in a minute. After this odd couples thing, and Drew Brees said, what's the odd couple? And I said, it was this TV program from the 70s before you were born. After that plays, can you just give us that, like, pregame shout out like you were in the huddle before the game with the team? And that's what Drew Brees just did. That was, in fact, live from La Jolla, right outside of San Diego. And all of that is not true. That is Drew Brees doing the chant, but of course it's recorded, not live. Yeah, you right. Tuesday afternoon, Corey Johnson with you. Thanks for that intro, number 9. We'll take it. Holy smokes, that's not Jason, the Ragin' Cajun, a.k.a. the man in black, the heat magnet. It's Miss Peaches, formerly of Wagaman, now of Luling. Behind the glass, operating the controls, Miss Peaches at the controls. So you might hear a different voice this afternoon. Maybe you're trying to pick up a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. I'll be tossing out a few trivia questions in a few minutes. Phone lines are always open for you. We don't screen phone calls. We don't cut you off if we disagree. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Thanks so much for joining us on this kind of wintry Tuesday afternoon. Day 2 of 3 days where we start in the 40s, get into the 50s. Pretty much wintry feel all day long. No 60s even. And you toss in kind of some clouds, some sunshine. It's got a little wintry feel. It'll continue through tomorrow. Then we get a little rain, that typical gimmick. And then we might creep back up into like the 70s over the weekend too. That's what I love about New Orleans. We get a little cold snap, and it's exactly that, a snap. Within 36 hours or so, we're right back to 60s and 70s. Anyway, this 40s and 50s gimmick from yesterday that continued into today. Tomorrow morning, wake up to the 40s, get into the 50s as the day continues. It'll continue tomorrow. That's good weather. It's good weather at night to throw down the charcoal or light up the gas, do some grilling outside, especially you folks that, quote, man the grill, where you're physically manning the grill, maybe flaring up ribeyes on the grill or something like that. You're not going to sweat buckets like July. Hey, I'll be back. I'm going to go shower, put on some clothes, new clothes. I've sweated through these. No, it's grilling weather down here. The rest of the country, that stuff's all bagged up. They got the blower out, the snow blower. Got a good one lined up for you. Like I mentioned, I'm going to throw out some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate trivia questions because it is holiday season. The dilemma, year in, year out, it continues. Us guys, we're stubborn. We're kind of a little slow. Every year, it's the same thing. What am I going to get her? What am I going to get her? Then when you decide what you're going to get her, you're like, is she going to like it? A day of relaxation at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spas, the city's premier day spa experience. You get her a day of relaxation at one of the Woodhouse Day Spa locations, she's going to love it. Problem solved, guys. Yeah, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates available. They'll be coming your way in a little while. I hope this guy's coming our way this Saturday. He will be. I hope next year in 2024, 2025. Talking about Willie Fritz, Tulane head football coach. He'll join us in an hour on the program, 5 o'clock power hour. Tulane head football coach Willie Fritz of the 17th ranked Tulane Green Wave. They're getting ready to take on 25th ranked SMU. Gotta love that. It's for the American Athletic Championship. The defending champions, the Green Wave, trying to hang on to that crown for the second straight year. They'll kick off from a sold-out Yeoman Stadium in uptown New Orleans, 30,000 strong. It is a great outdoor college football experience. If you haven't been, don't comment because you don't know. You have no clue. If you think, dude, I've been to a Brother Martin Jesuit game with 30,000. Yeah, and that's clearly a high school game. And Tulane and SMU, you'll tell it isn't Jesuit and Curtis or Brother Martin or St. Aug. It's a real college football experience. The color, the pageantry. It's on ABC, by the way. Nationwide television audience, Saturday afternoon at 3. 17th ranked Tulane, 11-1. It's crazy what Willie Fritz has done. Built a power, top 25 power. They're 8-0 in conference. 25th ranked SMU. Mustangs are 10-2 without their starting quarterback. Talk to Willie Fritz about that. Talk to Willie Fritz about, are you staying or going? That's in 1 hour, Green Wave fans, on the program on this Tuesday afternoon. Hey, this hour, the 4 o'clock hour, brought to you by Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Guys, it's holiday season. Christmas is 4 weeks from yesterday. It's 27 days till Christmas. It's kind of hard to believe. Less than 4 weeks. Less than 4 weeks, guys. Just knock it out. Get to Maple Street in Uptown, in between Broadway and Carrollton, that little shopping district in the middle of the Uptown Carrollton neighborhood. Really incredible part of New Orleans. Great little neighborhood. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Ken Friend is there. He'll take care of you, or one of the staff. Or if you'd like to meet with Ken one-on-one before they open up in the morning, after they close in the afternoon, in the evening, he'll do that. They'll take care of you at Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. By the way, real natural diamonds. Don't go play the game. If you're going to a jewelry store and they're showing you real natural diamonds and then putting down the lab-created 3-week-old man-made diamonds, do not fall for that trick. Right away, it's time to get up and leave. I told you about my buddy in China, pulls up to the stoplight. There's a BMW X5, the little SUV. Then he realizes it's not a BMW X5 at all. It is a knockoff Chinese-made vehicle with Chinese labels on it. They go for like 30 grand. The X5, 60 grand. Do you think the BMW dealership sells both because they look the same? Hey, you can get the BMW X5 made in Germany or one of our plants in America, wherever. It's a BMW authentic car, $60,000. Or you could get the X5 lookalike, the Chinese knockoff, for $30,000. Looks the same, right? Wink, 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 wink. It's not the same. Depreciates in value, not the same quality. Real natural diamonds. If someone's comparing side by side the real natural diamonds and the lab created ones, run from that diamond jewelry store and run over to Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Guys, it's easy. They'll take care of you. Real natural diamonds, 1 billion years old. They have a room at Friend and Company Fine Jewelers on Maple Street. Everything in it. Real diamond stud earrings, real diamond tennis bracelets, real diamond necklaces, even real diamond engagement rings. Everything in it under $1,000. Every price point. Real natural diamonds. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers on Maple Street. You won't be disappointed. 4 o'clock hour, brought to you by Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Maple Street, in between Broadway and Carrollton. Corey Johnson with you. Miss Peaches behind the controls, a proud Wagaman resident. Seriously, she's like, I'm proud I'm from Wagaman. I've seen her wearing the T-shirt that says, proud to be from Wagaman. I was like, my goodness, where do I get that shirt? And she's like, I made it myself, and it's the only one. I was like, wow, I might want you to make me one. Proud to be from Wagaman. I might actually wear that type of T-shirt. Yeah, you right. Willie, Fritz in the 5 o'clock power hour. That oil leak from the last few weeks out in the Gulf, off the river, south of the Chandelier Islands. They've looked at like 45 of the 67 miles of the pipeline, still can't find the leak. Crazy. That, so much more. Corey Johnson with you. Happy holidays. Don't move. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" And he said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The sounds of New Orleans. Corey Johnson back at you. Yeah, you right. Speaking of New Orleans, Blue Plate mayonnaise. I don't know. Maybe I'm some type of food snob. I know I'm picky. I know that much. Some of my friends call me a food snob. I'm like, no, dude, because I don't want to eat a Lucky Dog or Wendy's chili doesn't make me a food snob. Some folks are like, no, that's exactly what it is. I like, like Heinz ketchup. I'm not into like Food Club ketchup. And I like French's mustard, yellow mustard. I don't like Food Club or, America's Best mustard. I know. I told you, picky. And when it comes to mayonnaise, I don't know if I've ever had anything in my house in my life. Literally. I don't know if I've ever purchased any other mayonnaise but Blue Plate mayonnaise. And I'm not kidding you. I don't know if there's ever been any other mayonnaise in my pantry or fridge but Blue Plate mayonnaise. By the way, new look, same legendary taste, a new label, a new look, but the same flavor. Speaking of different flavors, varieties of Blue Plate mayonnaise, bringing out the best flavor in sandwiches and sauces, and simple too. Same time-honored recipe, just oil, vinegar, and only the egg yolks, not the whole eggs. It makes Blue Plate extra rich and creamy. I don't know about you. If you're a New Orleanian like me, has there ever been any other mayonnaise in the pantry, in the fridge, but Blue Plate mayonnaise, a New Orleans family tradition? A wintry-ish mix continues here in New Orleans. I'm laughing because a buddy of mine up in Denver, Colorado was checking out the program via YouTube. Yeah, you right. And Denver can go from, it's amazing. I've got Denver weather on my phone. I just check it out. Plus a few little places. He's got a little place in the mountains. I've got that spot on the phone. I used to do a little snow skiing decades ago. I could still do it, though. It's like riding a bike. Just stay on the blues and the greens. I got like Snowmass or Aspen or something on the phone. Denver is crazy. Now, it goes, ballistic. It goes like below freezing and for days at a time. I mean, I'd just be like going to the grocery. It's like hurricane season. Go hunker down inside. Not going outdoors for 4 days straight. But then it'll be like, 32, 28, 27, 70 and sunny. 62 and sunny. It's like, wow. But winter can be tough. January can be tough. Anyway, he's checking out the program. I'm giggling and laughing when I'm like wintry mix 40s, 50s. Denver, that's like, hey, we're knocking out tennis. We got the tennis going, right? See you on the courts at 4, You got a little sweater on and you might wear shorts if it's 40s and 50s. My God, that's hit the golf course. In New Orleans, we're like scarf, hat. I went and walked the dog yesterday. I had on the gloves and I put on the knit hat. And I was kind of smiling, almost giggling as I walked out the door, locked the door, walked out the gate of my house like, geez. But, always better to take off a layer than be cold. Being cold sucks. Anyway. I digress, regress. Yeah, that oil leak from weeks ago. I don't know how we don't have oil leaks all over South Louisiana all the time that are kind of at least pseudo-catastrophic. Maybe we do, and they just don't tell us about it, and hunters and fishermen avoid the area or whatever. But this oil leak from a few weeks ago, 45 miles of 67 miles of pipe have been inspected, and they still have not found any leak. And it's north of 1 million gallons that the Coast Guard estimates. I think those estimates are, by nature, they're conservative. You don't want them to be, it's 10 million gallons when it's 1 million. So I think they're conservative, like what they can see, what they can base it on facts, what, some sort of at least fact-based assumptions, or, they got some good facts behind the assumptions, the guesses. They're not just winging it. So when they say 1.1 million, I mean, I think that's sort of a minimum. I don't think that's the total amount. And when they're like, there's a lot of water, a lot of oil underwater still that is going through the, Gulf, coming upwards, eventually will be on the surface. A lot of it's getting dissipated all around the Gulf. No, it's not cool. I know a lot of hunters and fishermen do see like oil sheens in certain bays and rivers and bayous where they'll go drop a line, go hunting, and they just avoid that area. They don't know did a boat spill gas or oil and just take off? Is it a pipe leak? I mean, there's so many abandoned wells all over Louisiana. It isn't like the wells are dry. They just aren't, spewing out the oil like at a insanely fast rate. The big boys bail when it's not coming out fast enough. Then you get small companies that'll go in there, and some will go in there, and they're simply trying to milk the well, dry until it slows down where even for them it's not cost effective to mess with it. Some companies go to the big boys and say, we're going to cap your well, but don't mind us if we tap it as well and pull some oil out of it. So there's a lot of layers, multiple companies. Some have great reputations, some don't at all. Louisiana, we know our DEQ and our regulations are awful. So no, it's kind of shocking that we only have like this one leak that I'm hearing about. And there's been other ones, but it seems like it would be a weekly occurrence of some wellhead breaking, rusting out, pipe broken, some boater hitting a pipe, a wellhead, underwater, whatever. Because we don't regulate it enough. We don't have folks that are checking them right now. We don't hold the folks that have them responsible. So no, I mean, it's just cross your fingers and hope and pray. Geesh. And like this oil leak, you had oiled pelicans. I don't know. To me, that's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. If there's an oil and gas industry in Louisiana, which is I have no problem with. That's why their regulations and rules with very profitable. The world runs on oil and gas. There's no changing that anytime soon. When something comes along that's cheaper, better, more efficient, an improvement, it will be implemented by nature, by natural forces. There's no holding back technology. But we're not there yet, so we embrace the oil and gas industry. Liberals in Louisiana embrace the oil and gas industry. But you can't have BP oil disaster type stuff. You can't have this oil leak. You can't have oiled pelicans. You can't have that. Can't have the state bird covered in oil because of a Houston-based company not doing their job. And Louisiana, DEQ, not doing their job. Wow. Berkshire Hathaway, their vice chairman, Charlie Munger, this guy you see kind of always next to Warren Buffett. If you see a Warren Buffett interview, Munger's usually around, and Buffett's always referring to him, always getting him to say something. Buffett is the face of the company. I don't know enough about it to tell you what percentage Charlie Munger was, but I think it's safe to say Buffett and Charlie Munger were closer to equals than it was just Warren Buffett was this special guy and he carried along his fraternity brother or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't think it was that. I think Charlie Munger was a pretty bad, individual, and I mean that in a good way, knew what he was doing. Like Warren Buffett level, like same level. It's not his underling. I think a peer, 99 years old. I think he'd be best described as Warren Buffett's right-hand man. But I think closer to Warren Buffett level than just some guy he carried along, a childhood friend or something. Anyway, he passed away 99 years old. I forget what a share of that stock is. Miss Peaches, why don't you Google? Can you Google a Berkshire Hathaway stock price? One single share? I'm going to guess. I'm totally guessing because it's been years since I've checked out that price. I guess $400,000 for one share. 400K would be my guess. I could be off by mucho dinero. What is a single Berkshire Hathaway stock sell for? One share, a single share. 546. Wow. I was off by only 146,000. I said 400 grand. $546,000 a share for a single share. I own $19 worth. I think you can buy it like that now. They're selling super little super mini stock purchases, anything like that. Like I own a part of the Boston Celtics, the Green Bay Packers kind of thing. Young's Dry Cleaning, New Orleans. You want to experience the best dry cleaner? They've been at it since 1940, a New Orleans institution. Find them online. Perfect for the holidays. YoungsDryCleaning.com. YoungsDryCleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. You know, flying on a plane, it's kind of amazing on one hand. You're like, wow. I watched the jet fly over and you're like, amazing. You're on a plane, it's amazing. Get somewhere quickly, all that. The flip side is it's not a whole hell of a lot different for like the passenger than from 50 years ago. Like if you look at people flying in like the 60s, it's not that much different. The planes are a little more luxurious. They're definitely built out of composite materials. The engines are quieter. The cabins are quieter. They get better fuel economy, all that. You're still in a big tennis ball can with windows and seats, and it ain't all that great. It still kind of sucks flying. The airport experience is nothing great. I don't know anyone that enjoys it. But there's nothing worse, just delays, sitting on the plane, stuck on the plane. Just, it's a nightmare. And I think I would be more, this would just really burn my tail. Like if I looked outside and there was a dude on the wing of the plane, like I think it was a Southwest flight out of Louis Armstrong yesterday where a dude opened up the door inside the plane, got out on the wing. I think so many people are like, oh my God, he's on the wing. And I'm not saying I would be beyond that emotion, but I guarantee you I'd be like, oh my God, the guy's on the wing. And then I'd be like, guy's on the wing. Like this flight ain't going nowhere. That would be I'd be like starting to get irritated. And then as people were just like, oh my God, look at it. I'd be like, how do I get off this plane? Like I'd be wanting to get off the plane to schedule a flight to get out of Dodge. The thrill of there's a dude on the wing. That would last about 10 seconds. Then it'd be Corey Johnson, volcanic eruption. Yeah, dude's on a wing, people. We ain't going nowhere. They get the dude off the wing in 5 minutes. We're not going anywhere for a few hours. Oh, let's check the wing. Did the footprints mess up the wing? They better check the wing. I'm making fun in one way, but it's like, you got to do it. What a nightmare. No, poor guy with some mental issues, obviously. What do you mean mental issues, Corey? He opened the door and went out on the wing. I don't know what to tell you. Case solved. Mental issues. Miss Peaches and I were discussing the Linda Fricky trial. I mean, John Honore's defense was, no, he's guilty. The prosecution will prove without a doubt he's guilty. We're admitting he's guilty. We just don't want life. Don't give this 18-year-old kid life. From what I understand, he would be eligible for parole in 25 years. If he gets life. And he was convicted of second-degree manslaughter. I don't know what the Fricky family's involvement is. If they're like, hey, less time's fine. Or are you kidding me? I know originally, and I would be much more out of control than the very reserved, calm, and collected Fricky family. These people have their you-know-what together. They're mentally right. They have a tragedy that they have to deal with, and they're doing it with class and dignity. I think I would be a lunatic. Distance for life. I'd be going, okay, Corey, hose him down already. He's out of control. We get it. But the Fricke family was pretty, definitive. They're like, we want the justice. We want the full extent. We want second-degree manslaughter, life sentence. I don't know how any of that's changed. The letter that Honore wrote, the 18-year-old wrote. But apparently he would be out. I shouldn't be out. Could be eligible for parole in 25 years. So in 25 years, he would be what? 43 years old? 43. The trio that was with him, two 16-year-olds and a 17-year-old? And I guess all of them were a year younger at the time. They pled guilty to a lesser charge, homicide, and their 20 years is their limit. They'll get out in probably 13 or 14. So they'll be out when they're maybe 30, and Honore could be out by 43 or something like that. Anyway, just a tragedy. Terrible. Sickening. What I was mentioning yesterday, can't mentally even go there. Like, okay, it's my mom. This is what happened, how she died that way. It's just, it's hard to put your mind in that, and it's just beyond tragic. Hey, Green Wave fans, Willie Fritz, Tulane head football coach, joins us in about 35 minutes, 5 o'clock power hour. Check it out. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM, 93.9 FM on your radio dial. CoreyTalks.com, live streaming via our website, Corey Talks. Hell, I think you can even misspell it. Corey. I think you can misspell. You can. Corey Talks, you have to spell it right. Kaare, CoreyTalks.com. But I think you can do CoreyJohnson.com, Kaare, or CoreyJohnson.com, and it'll direct you to Corey Talks. Yeah, Corey is spelled Kaare. You can email us, Corey@CoreyTalks.com. And yeah, we're live on YouTube, our fledgling YouTube channel. Let's help. Let's grow it, I should say, for 2024. It is fledgling. I need your help. Help me grow it. Help me help it. Oh, boy. Anyway, click to subscribe. It don't cost nothing. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube every day, 2 big hours, 4 to 6 o'clock. Oh, and by the way, the 2-hour talk radio program that's live stream, CoreyTalks.com, on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. The first 90 minutes of that 2-hour talk radio program, also on television, down yonder here in New Orleans and the rest of Louisiana. That's how we say it down here. New Orleans and Louisiana. All right, in the country parts of the state, it is 4 syllables, Louisiana. But in the city, especially New Orleans, it's 5 syllables. It's Louisiana. And no one says New Orleans. And no one says Nolans. No one says 2 syllables, Nolans. No one. There's no New Orleanian anywhere that says Nolans. Frank Davis, naturally Nolans Bridge. That's utterly ridiculous. There should be, like, in parentheses under the sign, because we're stupid, exclamation point. Frank Davis didn't even want this. I don't know what you put on that sign. Oh, boy. Anyway, we're on TV all over the state. Cox Channel 4 television in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Cajun country. Yeah, you're right. Bayou Teche. I love that area. So much culture down there. Great food. Go to a gas station and get great food. Baton Rouge, capital city, my old stomping grounds, LSU. I lived in the Garden District in Baton Rouge. Not like the Garden District, New Orleans. Really nice neighborhood. Like middle class. Garden District in New Orleans is wealthy. Not rich, wealthy people. This like middle class, nice neighborhood in Baton Rouge, still nice. Lots of trees and the like. Although my Fleur de Lis pizza, the square rectangular pizza joint, closed. Yeah, what a bummer. That was a great pizza. But you can still get the Louis burger. Yeah, we're on TV in Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, all over, little places too. Big and little, Slidell, Covington, Mandeville, Hammond, Houma, Thibodaux, Opelousas, all over Louisiana. Cox Channel 4 television, Spectrum Channel 333 television. Speaking of all over Louisiana, they're definitely growing. They're definitely expanding. I was inside the Helm Paint and Decorating location just today. Saw Joe Helm, saw Keith Main. Helm Paint and Decorating's Earhart location. There are 7 Metro New Orleans Helm Paint and Decorating locations. It's real simple. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, do it once, do it right. High quality Benjamin Moore paints. They'll steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating. So yeah, when you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, and now when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, 7 Metro New Orleans Helm Paint and Decorating locations, 4 Helm Paint and Decorating locations in Baton Rouge, capital city. That means Tiger Town. When it's time to paint, Helm Paint and Decorating. That means Baton Rouge, West Baton Rouge, Bruley, Port Allen, East Baton Rouge, Prairieville, Gonzales. Free 2-hour delivery of those high-quality Benjamin Moore products. Yeah, Metro Baton Rouge. You've got the high-quality paint store that New Orleans has had for over half a century. Helm Paint and Decorating in New Orleans, now in Baton Rouge. 55 maybe outside. A little sweater weather. It's nice. I might drop some coals tonight. Cook a slab or, a little steak action or maybe some chicken. Get a little airline chicken breast. That boneless chicken breast, but the skin's still on because the little drummette's still hooked to that breast. That's a great grilling piece of chicken. Get that nice and crispy. I don't know, maybe some ribs. I might throw coals down tonight because the weather's perfect. It's holiday season. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. Tuesday afternoon.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. I normally wouldn't tell you about Lebanon's Cafe, but they are open on a Tuesday now. 7 days a week. Yeah, you right. Some of the finest Middle Eastern food anywhere. 11 a.m. to 9:30 daily, Lebanon's Cafe. Let's hit the phone lines. The Rouse's Markets phone lines. 504-766-9480. That's how you dial us up. 766-9480. Jamie joins us on the North Shore in Slidell. What up, man?
What up, Kaare?
How you doing, Jamie?
Oh, man. First of all, I got a shameless plug for Lebanon's. I was in there. I'm a CPA, man, so I work for myself, and was out at a client's place in that area, that uptown area out near Loyola and stopped at Lebanon's. And whew, the place is lights out, man.
It's really good. It's authentic. It's large portions. It's not expensive. It's fresh, good service. Yeah, I like Lebanon's. I'm there at least once a week.
I love Greek and Lebanese. We got a place in Slidell. I won't know the name, but it's good portions. But man, I feel like they need to offer 90 days same as cash. It's prices are pretty high up there, but Lebanon's is fair, man. I feel like Lebanon's, and I feel in good shape.
Hey, Jamie, maybe you can run for IG for St. Tammany Parish. They need a CPA over there. They need a inspector general, someone to scrutinize all the money that's being spent. St. Tammany's affluent, fastest growing parish in the state, lots of money, lots of taxpayer finance projects going on. If I were a St. Tammany resident, I'd want someone like Jamie, a CPA, scrutinizing those projects and how that cash is being spent. What do you think? You're on a run for Inspector General? You still there, Jamie? Uh-oh, did we lose Jamie, Miss Beaches? He's there?
Hello?
Oh, no, I have not Jamie, but who's that, Miss Peaches? Uh-oh. Hang on. Miss Peaches is figuring out the phone system as we speak. Miss Peaches coming back behind the controls for the first time in a few months. She is trying to figure it out. I think we lost Jamie. Who's our next caller, Miss Peaches? Don't sweat it. It's all right. Hey, Jamie and Slidell, I apologize. We lost you. I feel bad about it. So, Jamie and Slidell, if you want to call back, do so. And I'll have Miss Peaches get some info from you, Jamie, and I'll tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. So you can give it to your lady, and she can hit that Slidell Woodhouse there, I-10 by Gauze. I apologize, Jamie. Oh, Jamie's back? Oh, I was just giving you a free Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate, Jamie, for hanging up on you.
No, man, you can't. I'm like the flu. You can't get rid of me.
But Miss Peaches did 86, the lady caller that was up next, huh?
Well,
Miss Peaches says, well, all right. So one gone, one still here. So what else, Jamie? Sorry about that.
Well, no, so since you brought it up, man, you're one of the few who will talk about it. And, you know, I'm a younger guy. I'm in my mid-30s. So
Which what? Boy, is that bad? You there, Jamie?
Y'all really trying to can me, huh?
Yeah, I swear. Which what?
Miss Peaches might have whiskey in her lunch.
Yeah, I see a flask going. She poured out half her drink in the sink. I was wondering what was up with that, the Coke part, and pulled out a little flask.
So IG and St. Tammany, what do you think's the holdup on? Do you think the politicians are? I don't even know.
Yes.
You know, statutorily what it would take.
Yes. Yeah. There's no motivation for St. Tammany's politicians to be scrutinized by Jamie the CPA. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Look, I'll prove it to you. Orleans Parish, it's a fluke. I'll admit it. It's a fluke. It was post-Katrina. Everybody was holding hands, playing Kumbaya. The ethics board actually had a little ethics behind it. They hired Bob Sarasoli from the Big Dig, that putting the Interstate Underground in Boston project, the Big Dig. They hired him. This guy wrote the book on inspector generals for the U.S. that is used. He's like the master. Came in. He had it set it up right. The office has autonomy. The budget is part of the overall city budget. The council, the mayor can't manipulate it. It is an apolitical group. Now, you can get a loser in there like Do Nothing Derry Harper, you know, but if you get like an Ed Michel, who's a pit bull like Bob Sarasoli was, it is a hell of an effective office. Now, McClintock left the Jefferson Parish office because it's a joke. It's politically controlled. I mean, do you ever hear any report, audit, any investigation, anything from the IG's office in Jefferson Parish? I would say most folks there is one, there is an office there. There's never a report. There's never anything, because the politicians in Jefferson, and there is a huge political machine in Jefferson. I mean, it is as nasty as Orleans Parish, the politics, and they don't want to be scrutinized. So they keep that IG's office weak, ineffective. It does nothing. St. Tammany keeps it off the books. A.G. Crow, I remember it was, you can get an IG or a auditor or a CPA or nothing, and I think nothing happened. Anyway.
It's sad. It's unfortunate, man, but we need it. God knows how much money we probably have stolen from us over here. And
yeah, it's more about just inefficiency, Jamie. Like you scrutinizing the project, you going, only get 95 cents out of our dollar on that. We could have done better getting, doing it this way. And then they change the method and the money's more efficient and you move on. But then every now and then you discover criminal behavior and report it to the authorities, You
wonder, like Jack Stream got popped.
Yep.
And he got taken down. Not even, originally it was corruption, but his eyes got too big for his belly, and it pulled out all these old skeletons in his closet.
Look at the DA over there, Walter Reed, number one law enforcement guy, Walter Reed. Hey, Jamie, hang on. Don't go anywhere, Jamie. Going to tighten you up with a Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate.
On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333.
Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers Breitling time, 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Susan Spicer joining us on the program.
Even when they presented me the award, the people that I look up to the most, Frank was there and Donald Link was there. It does cause you to reflect back and think about your whole career.
Maybe the Celebrenin Award says that to you, like I've arrived.
It certainly is kind of the ultimate honor when it comes to cooking and hospitality in New Orleans and the world.
New Orleans style talk gumbo, served daily.
Doesn't get much better than that, huh?
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated, Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
What?
Taking a break from all
Typical. I have Willie Fritz, Tulane head football coach, lined up for 14 minutes from now. And instead I get this note from corporate. Hey, Corey, we have a great idea. Why don't you take the afternoon off? We'll play reruns of Cheers from 45 years ago. Hey, how about that's the worst idea I've ever heard? Cancel that. How about no, corporate? Send that up to the suits upstairs. Johnson says no. Where's number 9, Drew Brees? There he is. The hell with Cheers. Go watch that on Nick at Night or on YouTube if you want. Check us out on YouTube. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way on radio, on television, on YouTube. We're all over the place. Pick your poison. You can find out all the different ways where you can check us out online. CoreyTalks.com. Corey spelled Kaare, CoreyTalks.com. You heard me right. In about 13 minutes, Tulane head football coach Willie Fritz is going to join us for a few minutes. His 17th ranked Tulane Green Wave. Yeah, you're right. They're 11-1. 8-0 in conference play. They're the defending American Athletic champions, the defending Cotton Bowl champions. New Year's Day Power 5, New Year's Day 6 Bowl. They're taking on 25th ranked SMU. The Mustangs are 10-2, 8-0 in conference play. They'll do it this Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, live from Uptown. It'll be on ABC. Tulane, SMU. The winner, well, at least for Tulane, for sure. Tulane wins. They're in a New Year's 6 bowl game again. A major bowl against a major college opponent, most likely a big boy, like a USC type of opponent. Tulane can play with anyone in America. They hung with Ole Miss this year with their backup quarterback. Ole Miss is what? Top 10, top 12 in America? Their backup QB, Pratt's out there. Tulane might win that game. Backup QB had a really good game. Tulane's got depth all over the place. QB, O-line, D-line, skill players, speed, quickness. They've got it all. Willie Fritz has a legitimate top 25 football program that can play with any team in the land. They're going for another major bowl, another conference championship Saturday. We'll visit with the head coach in about 12 minutes. The big question, of course, will he stay or will he go? Will Willie Fritz stay or will he go? It's a big question, and I think it's bigger than last year where Georgia Tech came a knocking. It could be more programs, like plural programs, and bigger ones than Georgia Tech potentially. A lot of positions have been filled lately, like this week. Like, don't want to wait till after the championship games. Want to get it done now. Got to get a jump start on recruiting, that early signing period, all of that. We'll talk to Willie Fritz, find out what his intentions are. He told Ed Daniels just a few days ago, you know, the wife and I a few years ago decided we're going to retire here at Tulane. We're going to stay here in New Orleans. So we might be here till 2030. Wouldn't that be great? In 2030, I think he'd be around 70. So maybe that's like a goal and a retirement and do it all here at Tulane. got security, are well paid, make a little under $3 million a year right now. It'll be like in between 4 and 5 after this year. It's going to get like $1.5 million raise. You watch. Facilities he wants are coming online. The team can compete. There's no excuses anymore. What do you need, Willie? That's reasonable. You got it. No, Tulane's competing now. They've decided to compete. Hey, let's put the money up. We're in. But also, I don't care what you do and what you say. I mean, I'm in New Orleans. I'm here for the long haul. Someone bigger, someone calls. I'm going to listen. And I think it would be kind of foolish, right, for Willie Fritz not to listen? Right? Wouldn't it be wrong for him not to listen? He's Willie Fritz. He can do whatever he wants. I don't want to listen. I'm happy at Tulane. Hey, I'm going to listen. I'm going to leverage it to get more money for me, get more money for my assistants, make sure these facilities are, they're accelerated, that they're on the fast track, that they're actually going to get done. Where's my indoor bubble already? Been talking about that for a while. Where's my bubble? Where's my indoor practice facility on that 80-yard piece of turf right off of, what is that, Willow? On Ben, it isn't Ben Weiner because it's the street that circles into Ben Weiner. I think it's Yeoman's wife, that whatever her name is, Barbara Yeoman Lane. It's that little J hook that goes in front of the Riley Center. That little field in front of the Riley Center. That's supposed to get like a little bubble, like one of those, those church buildings kind of thing, temporary golf cart parking facility at a golf course kind of thing, like those kind of blow up bubble things that are kind of anchored down. But I mean, they have one in Chalmette that's been anchored down since post Katrina. When you enter the parish on the right, that little church, that like blow up church, that thing's been anchored down there. It's for like 15 years. Someone's going to call from the parish. Dude, that church deflated, been gone for 5 years. Oh, boy. Tulane head football coach Willie Fritz about 5 minutes away. Yeah, you right. A little cold out there. Yesterday, waking up to the 40s. Today, same thing. Tomorrow, same deal. And only getting into the 50s. It'll get back to 70s this weekend, maybe some rain, then back to cold next week. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Chances are you're running the air conditioning sometimes, running a lot of heat lately. Sometimes the unit's not on at all. If you're experiencing problems with your air conditioning or heat, I got the perfect guys to take care of you. Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys at River Cities Total Maintenance. River Cities Total Maintenance. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. That's all you need. I want someone that I can trust, that knows what they're doing and comes immediately because my AC or heat's not working. River Cities Total Maintenance, easy to find them. NOLAAC.com. That's all you need to know. When you know NOLAAC.com, you got Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys, air conditioning and heating experts that are coming right away. NOLAAC.com. You need air conditioning or heat help? NOLAAC.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. The oil leak from a few weeks ago, south of the Chandeliers, east of the Mississippi. 45 miles of 67 miles of pipeline have been inspected and still no source of the leak. They've covered about, 2/3 of the pipeline and still can't figure out where the leak's coming from? Now, the pipeline's been shut down, but over 1 million gallons of water, Coast Guard numbers. I'm not saying they're trying to hide anything, but they also admit a lot of the oil's underwater still. So I'd say it's a few million gallons, right? North of 1.1 million, safe to say, the reported number. When there's pelicans that are oiled, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Wow, Berkshire Hathaway, Vice Chairman Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right-hand man at 99 years old, passing away. Yeah, Warren Buffett's the face of the company. It's Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett. He deserves all the credit he gets. But I would simply say, and I'm not knowledgeable enough on this topic, financial experts and Berkshire Hathaway and everything they do. I mean, I know a little bit about it, or I wouldn't be discussing it. But I think Charlie Munger's closer to Warren Buffett's level than Warren Buffett brought along his childhood buddy or his fraternity brother and brought him along for the ride. Munger's a badass. I would say like pretty much almost equal footing to Warren Buffett, I guess right under him. I'm just sort of guessing. I think most experts would say these people are the same. They're peers. They're cohorts. It's two people. Charlie Munger, 99, passing away. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what Buffett says, his statement. Willie Fritz, what's he going to say? Staying or going? Tulane head football coach Willie Fritz of the 17th ranked 11-1 Green Wave joins us next on the program, the Neutral Ground, with me, Corey Johnson. Yeah, you right. Green Wave fans, don't move. Willie Fritz is next.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, hey, what can I do to give you a hand? And he said, well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place. So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Welcome back, Crescent City. Corey Johnson back at you. The 5 o'clock power hour on a Tuesday. Glad to have this guy on the program. 17th ranked Tulane Green Wave. They're 11-1. They're the defending American Athletic Conference champs, defending Cotton Bowl champs, trying to get back to that New Year's Six Bowl. First things first, got to take care of a Saturday afternoon game on national television against conference undefeated SMU. Willie Fritz, Tulane head football coach, joins us live on the program. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing well. The American Athletic Conference champs are defending their crown this Saturday at home at Yeoman. Boy, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. We're really excited about the opportunity. Hasn't been a whole lot of times where a team's come in here ranked. SMU's 25th in the country, and the home team's ranked as well. So that's going to be fantastic. And, you know, the other thing that I've talked to my guys a little bit about last time, Tulane's been, you know, back-to-back conference champions is 1930 and 31. So
wow.
This is a great opportunity for us to, you know, do something, you know, the program hasn't done in a long time. So
92 years.
We're looking forward to it.
92 years.
A couple years. You and I weren't there.
Yeah, the olden days where they wore a wallet on their head for a helmet.
That's right. Put it in your back pocket when you got done with the game, right?
Yep. Hey, SMU's a formidable opponent, obviously. Now, it's unfortunate their starting quarterback is out. I'm sure you want to take on the best, that you're kind of bummed about that. Comment on that. And how's the health of your team, Coach?
You know, yeah, we're disappointed. I hate seeing any kid get hurt. You know, they work so hard. You know, but they got a kid that's played a lot of football for them. They've had a lot of blowout wins this year, so their backup, who state champion there in the state of Texas, is played a lot of snaps for him. So we're going to be facing another really good quarterback. And then we're pretty healthy right now. We're banged up there for, you know, 3-4 weeks ago for a period of time. And you know, we've got a lot of guys back and, you know, healthy on the offensive line. We weren't that way a few weeks back. And, you know, and hopefully we're going to get back a receiver or two this weekend as well.
Nice. Hey, Coach, you're a pro. I mean, you've been doing this for a quarter century plus. It's always the next thing in front of you, not looking ahead. How do you do that?
With this ball game coming?
No, just in general, how you approach coaching. It's always the thing in front of you. You're never looking ahead. How do you do that? I've mentioned this before with you. It's hard to not look ahead.
You know, I don't know why. It's easy for me. I've got a very structured day, you know, that I attack. And, you know, I think I tell our kids all the time, if you sit around and you gloat, you know, and about a great outcome, and, you know, you're feeling good about yourself, you're not going to be as good as you can be that next week. If you sit around and pout about an outcome that wasn't favorable to you, you're not going to be as good as you need to be that next week. So, you know, we have a 24-hour rule after a ball game, regardless of whether you got the good outcome or the bad outcome. You're done, and we're moving on to the next one, and don't even want to hear about it, regardless of what the outcome was. And our guys, you know, have really embraced that and understand, you know, you got to be in the moment, and that's something I try to be in all the time.
You've had a lot of success, Coach, at different places, at different levels. Is the success you're having right now at Tulane the last 18 months or so the most fun, the most satisfying of your career?
It's certainly up there. I've been really lucky that I've been around, a lot of great players and had a bunch of great assistant coaches. And this was, all the programs that I've taken over have been rebuilds. And this one was the toughest one. And, the guys just kept going. We were kind of headed in the right direction. And then we had that, the Hurricane Ida year that was tough for us. But, this has been very satisfying. But, it'll be a heck of a lot more satisfying with a good outcome this Saturday.
Yep, no doubt. We're visiting with Tulane head football coach Willie Fritz. I saw the Ed Daniels interview where you said, a few years ago, the wife and I decided we want to stay at Tulane, retire here, maybe coach till 2030. Still true? You sticking around, Coach?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions on that. Which is good.
Yep.
People, I guess, might be, your name comes up, and that's a good thing. We really enjoy it here at Tulane, we really do. And that's one of the things that I told our guys. Last year I wasn't going to be a distraction. This year I'm not going to be a distraction, and we're just working every single minute to, play the very best we can on Saturday. So that's very, very important to me, and important to, the coaching staff and the program and everybody.
No, I think having either yourself, your assistant coaches wanted, that shows success. I mean, I remember when the Saints in the 70s, they cut players and they go back to bartending or whatever. When the Saints were successful, they cut players. Other teams were picking up the players. Coaches were getting hired from Jim Mora's staff. I was like, oh, wow, that's what winning is about. So I guess when they come calling, that means you're doing a good job.
Well, I've done a good job of just, making sure that we're playing the best we can, practicing the best we can every single day as well.
Can you say with confidence that you'll be coaching the Green Wave football team next season?
Well, I sure hope. I hope that's the case, man. I feel that way, and I've made sure that, we put everything, into this ball game on Saturday that we possibly can.
There has to be something said about the program being fully yours, Coach. You built it. You own it. It's all yours. And because of what you've done with the football program, you've elevated all of Tulane athletics, including the facilities, the coaches, the athletes. Enrollment has increased. Tulane's profile has improved. You have job security. You're coveted, wanted, beloved, part of the community. I would imagine it would be hard to leave that, coupled with just about anything you want that seems reasonable. They're going to give it to you.
Well, God almighty, I thought we were talking about the game on Saturday. You went in a completely different direction. I'm too nice sometimes, aren't I? But, this is a good place. I'm very fortunate. I work for good people, from President Fitz on down, and board. We just hired a new athletic director that I think that's a really exciting hire as well. And just a lot of good things, and we one thing I'm going to be proud of is, that we didn't have when I first got here is we're going to have a sold out stadium on Saturday. And, everybody's going to be going nuts for the Green Wave. And that's, that was always a goal when we got started. So I'm really, really excited about that. We've had 3 sellouts this year, and that's something I haven't been able to do here, and I hadn't been able to do it in my first few seasons here. So we're excited about that, having another sellout.
You mentioned the president, the new AD, the board, the administration. You think Tulane, they can keep you happy with a competitive salary, your assistants getting the salary they need, the NIL competitiveness, which is so important, and most importantly, these facilities. I'm still waiting on the bubble, and I see the renderings for this Wilson Center expansion. Looks fantastic.
Well, all those things we've kind of put on the back burner. We want to finish this season off the very, very, very best we can. And you talked about it a little earlier with me being single-minded in my focus, and there's going to be another day to, kind of worry about all those different things. But we're just concerned about playing the very best we can, this weekend.
Yep. Hey, Coach, real quick, what's the key Saturday at 3:00 versus SMU? Because they put up some prolific numbers. Was I watching the other day and it was second quarter and they had 42 points on the board against Navy?
Yeah,
was that right?
42. Yeah.
With
42,
7 minutes to go till halftime?
Yeah. They've thing they've done. They've really had an explosive offense over the last few years, but they're really good on defense. They're one of the top defenses in the country, and that's been the big change in their program. They've I think they're out of 133 teams that play Division I football, they're the 13th ranked school as far as defense is concerned, and that's what's enabled them to have a really good team this year. Always have had an explosive offense, but now they're combining it with a great defense.
Hey, Coach, final question. Is Troy Dannon wrong? Can you win a national championship at Tulane?
Oh, I sure hope. That's I think you can do it with the expansion going to 12 teams. I think anything's possible in Division I football now.
Hey, Coach, a real pleasure. I appreciate you joining me this afternoon, Willie. Best of luck on Saturday afternoon against the Mustangs.
Hey, thank you very much. Roll Wave.
Roll Wave. Willie Fritz, Tulane Green Wave head football coach, joining us on the neutral ground. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, every day this program on radio, on television, live on YouTube, wherever you're checking us out. It's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra. Acres and acres of vehicles, hundreds of vehicles available. Lamarck Ford, #1 Ford dealership in the region. Lamarck Lincoln, #1 Lincoln dealership in the state. And Ronnie, Lamarck and Ronnie Jr. just getting started. They just scooped up Crescent City Ford about a year ago. So now you have the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner, and now Lamarck Crescent City Ford, the legendary Ford truck dealership on Jefferson Highway. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
You're listening to The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Cotton Bowl winning coach Willie Fritz joining us on the program. Have you ever been part of a game that great?
A lot of things happen in a game. You just don't know the script. You got to adapt and improvise. You just got to keep playing hard the whole time, and our guys did an excellent job of that.
How big is yesterday for the overall future of the program?
You got to have a guy who really have a burning desire to get quality education and also be a great football player. You got to have both.
You've always have embraced New Orleans. Orleans. You've been a great ambassador for the city, for Tulane University.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. My wife and I just love it here in New Orleans, and just everybody, the city's just sensational. It's a dime for a person who came up to me after, I had tickets in the Tulane Stadium. I've heard that a ton of times, and letting you know that's good that we're able to make some people happy.
That's Willie Fritz joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Roll wave.
The spirit of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria. Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans' grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Checking out the tuba. Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. For whatever it's worth, all I can do is interpret what Willie Fritz is saying, like everyone else that heard Willie Fritz just a few minutes ago. For whatever it's worth, I think Willie Fritz is listening to offers like he did last year with Georgia Tech. This guy's a competitor. He's a great coach. A bigger program with more history, more winning tradition, bigger stadium, bigger fans, bigger conference, Power 5, more money, on and on and on and on. You've got to listen. But you also hope jobs get filled between now and Saturday, like the Houston job. There's been at least some reports that Willie Fritz could be connected to that job. We've seen Mississippi State fill up, Arkansas, A&M. I don't know if Willie Fritz was even a thought of any of those schools. But the more schools that fill up, especially ones that there's some kind of connection. I mean, Mississippi State maybe was never even thinking of Willie Fritz. Maybe Willie Fritz is a damn good fit at Mississippi State. I think Willie Fritz is a great fit in uptown New Orleans, obviously, but I'm biased. I want him to stick around. I love what he has done. He's the most successful Tulane Green Wave head football coach in my lifetime since I've been around. One might argue, I don't know, Benny Bierman. I mean, you gotta go back like 90 years, like Willie Fritz said. Last time a team has won back-to-back conference championships 30-31. That was in the SEC when Tulane was in the Southeastern Conference. And yeah, Tulane's got more SEC championships in football than I think 4 or 5 present-day SEC schools. So like Tulane's still top 10, top 12 in SEC football championships. Anyway, I think Willie Fritz is listening. I think there are, like I said last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago as Tulane was rolling along. Georgia Tech called. I think it's going to be maybe some bigger programs than Georgia Tech, and plural, like multiple programs with an S. People are looking at Willie Fritz, and it's like like the legal pad with the line drawn down the middle. Pros, cons. I mean, putting Tulane on the map, that might take the first 5 spaces. Like, you can't just putting Tulane on the map as one thing. You may have to write that 5 times in the pro category. And then the con would be 63 years old. And you write that one time, once. But putting Tulane football on the map, putting Tulane football in the conversation, top 25 program now, a top 25 program. Going for their second straight conference championship, going for their second straight New Year's Day bowl, a New Year's 6 major bowl against a storied opponent, most likely, like last year, Cotton Bowl, USC, something like that. That's tremendous. That's as big as it gets. That has the college football world, pulling a Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, raising the eyebrow. Wow. That's impressive. Wait, you're winning like that at Tulane? I mean, Tulane for years could not win. For years. For decades. Nothing sustainable. Nothing sustainable. Now you have a real program. Real facilities coming online, real stadium, real coaches, real players, depth, skill players, best logo maybe in college football, the Angry Wave, great uniform, great colors, recruiting, the whole deal. No, it's special. And I think Tulane's going to do everything they can do to keep Willie Fritz. The problem is it may not be enough. That some major program may come calling with more money as far as salary, more money as far as what Willie Fritz can pay his offensive, defensive coordinators and his assistants. A real NIL program where NIL money is significant. Facilities, stadium, conference, all this is going to be bigger and better than what Tulane has in a way. But then Willie Fritz has a love for Tulane and New Orleans, and, it's his decision. Maybe he's going to say, you know what? I like it right where I'm at. And I'm going to parlay my success and the folks, bothering my agent. I'm going to let Tulane know about it. So I get a raise. My coordinators get a raise. My assistants get a raise. These facilities that Tulane football needs are built and on a fast track. No, Willie Fritz has a lot of leverage with the new athletic director with Tulane. I think Tulane's going to step up and do the best they can do. They're not going to do some chicken you-know-what, kind of half you-know-what effort. I think they're going to go all in. I think there's going to be money for him and his assistants, indoor practice facility / bubble, the sports performance center, including the new weight room, the new auditorium, the new coach's office, and then the luxury seating and suites tied into the Yeoman end zone, expanding the stadium a little bit, and with the high-end stuff, more money flowing into the program, the athletic department. I think Tulane's definitely going to step up and do all of that. They're in it to win. The problem is the competition. The problem is the competition. How hard and heavy are they going to come after Tulane Green Wave head football coach Willie Fritz? Now, I would I have liked a more definitive answer from Willie Fritz? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying with Tulane. Don't listen to any of that. Sure, I would have loved that. And then who knows, in a day or two, there might have been a report that somebody's got Willie Fritz on their final list, and Willie Fritz's agent is working the phones, flying into, places and talking with folks. Who knows? Yeah, I wish I would have heard that. I didn't hear I'm going, I'm leaving, for sure, but I did hear a hesitancy to say I'm definitively staying. I'm going to be the coach next year. I asked him that. Are you staying? Are you going to be the coach next year? Asked him a third question. Didn't know I was going to be asked these questions. Thought we were talking about SMU, that kind of thing. All of those answers. Willie Fritz isn't doing anything wrong or lying or being deceptive. I'm not being critical of the coach. Telling you what he said and my interpretation of it. That he's listening. His agent is listening. They're getting, it's multiple schools that have either inquired or are inquiring. There's numbers that have been thrown out. Who knows? Willie Fritz might be giving those numbers or his agent to Tulane so they can counter and step up. Who knows? No, I definitely think from talking to Willie Fritz 25 minutes ago that I don't want to say it's up in the air. Who knows? It's sort of like that. I think Willie Fritz isn't definitively saying, I'm going to be the Tulane head football coach next year. I don't think he has any problem being the Tulane head football coach next year. I think if he is the coach next year, like I said, he'll be making about $1.5 million more bucks, makes right under $3 million a year. He'll be at like 4.5, heading towards $5 million. There'll be enhanced bonuses and incentives for the New Year's Six Bowl gimmick, conference championships. All of that will be enhanced. More money for his assistants. He'll have the leverage. And Tulane's going to step up. He can definitely work all of this, and he will if he's coaching Tulane next year. No, the good news is Tulane's stepping up, and they're ready to compete. They're not shying away. They aren't, hey, coach, this is all we can do. Best of luck for you. Best of luck to you. Hey, let's start looking for another coach. They're actively trying to keep Willie Fritz and stepping up and doing pretty much all they can do. Let's just see what the competition is, what they're offering. Is it a good fit? On and on and on. And how jobs get filled and all this. Anyway, if you missed that Willie Fritz interview, you can check it out on YouTube. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything. And you can check out the coach. That went down around 5:20, which I guess with our YouTube channel, we started at about 5 after 4. 5:20 would be an hour and 15 minutes into it. 75 minutes into today's podcast on YouTube. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Willie Fritz joining us for a good 10 minutes. And yeah, asking about the program in general, SMU, the game, all of that. But yeah, you staying or going? Will you be the coach next year? Check it out, Green Wave fans. Now I'm keeping my fingers crossed. It's all up to Willie Fritz. Tulane's going to step up. It's what other programs step up, what they have to offer. Is it a good fit? On and on and on. Boy, you hope this guy stays. He's special. So is Tulane football because of him. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Yeah, you right.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Lord, that's what I said. Ooh, Lord,
Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Hi, everyone. It's Tommy Wrong for AsbestosMoneyGrab.com. This is not, I repeat, not for folks with real asbestos problems. But if you're like me and we're maybe taking a shop class in high school where you maybe breathed in some brake dust and you know for certain you're fine, but you're the type of person that takes advantage of these types of situations, get tested, lawyer up, and steal some money like me. Go to I'm not really hurt at all, but like exploiting the system for free cash.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Yeah, you, right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you, ripping you off. I mentioned a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate or two like an hour ago and have yet to ask any questions. Now we have about 7 minutes left in the program. This is an easy question. Miss Peaches, this goes in the, this is too much of a giveaway. Like, you know, who's buried in Grant's tomb? What color was... George Washington's white horse? Who designed Gallier Hall? Who was the architect of Gallier Hall? I got another question. By the way, Gallier Hall, the old city hall, St. Charles Avenue across from Lafayette Square, 1853. It's 170 years old, that building. It's pretty cool, huh? The Pontalba's like $175. Late 1840s, those two apartment buildings. How genius are those? Retail on the bottom, apartments on the top. I mean, just brilliant. And they're beautiful. Who designed those? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. That's how you dial us up. 766-9480.
This concert from 1981 had 87,500 plus, the largest indoor concert of all time. That record lasted for over 30 years until George Strait packed over 100,000 in the Jerry World in Dallas, Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium. But for 30 plus years, this 1981 concert with 87,500 was the largest indoor concert ever. What was the venue? Who was the band? Give me the answer to any of those trivia questions, and I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 766-9480. 766-9480. Yeah, 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Guys, it's holiday season. It's what she wants. A day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa. Go to the website, woodhousespas.com. woodhousespas.com. You can print your own gift certificate, any denomination. You can set up an appointment for her at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Or, the best thing, just do that virtual tour so you know what you're getting her. I recommend going to one of the 5 area locations and picking out a bunch of goodies in the lobby foyer area for her. They'll give you a little bag, the little bag with the rope handles and the tissue paper and the ribbons, all the stuff she loves. And then you pick her out like bath salts and lotion and moisturizer and candles, things like that. Guys, we're materialistic. We want the flat screen TV. They like that stuff too. They want the goodies from the Woodhouse, but they'll also be like, oh my God, he thought to go down there and pick these things out for me. The thought to them is as important as the gift. And when you go to the Woodhouse and you get them that little goodie bag, they'll see, boy, he really cares. Problem solved, guys. What am I going to get her for the holidays, for Christmas? A day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Is she going to like it? She's going to love it. WoodhouseSpas.com. Highly recommended. Hey, if you haven't answered any of our trivia questions, 766-9480. Who was the architect of Gallier Hall? Who was the architect of the Pontalba Apartments? 1981, 87,500. Largest indoor concert ever. Where was the venue? Who was the band? That record lasted, I should say, for over 30 years. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Tulane head football coach Willie Fritz joined us about 30 minutes ago on the program. No, I hope that there isn't a problem. And there wasn't. The interview was fine. But Willie Fritz did not definitively say, I will be coaching Tulane next season. I have no interest in any other jobs. I'm not going anywhere. He did not say that. He didn't say the opposite either. He said, I hope to be at Tulane next year, that type of thing. You know, kind of pressed him a little bit on it. Can you definitively say? Kind of went towards, I thought we were going to talk about SMU. Just what I gather from that is similar to last year, like listening to Georgia Tech. Who wouldn't listen? Seriously. I know if you're a Green Wave football fan, you don't want him to listen. You want him to shut it down. I hear you. But 99% of the population, no matter what you do, you're going to listen to the bigger program with more money, more opportunity, better facilities, more fans, bigger stadium, bigger conference, whatever. You can at least listen. I hope it ends up exactly like last year. Hey, Georgia Tech, thanks, but no. Whatever, not happening, however it goes down. No, I hope Willie Fritz stays at Tulane. If he does, he's going to get a big raise, so are his assistants, improved facilities, on and on. And we, the city of New Orleans, Tulane Green Wave fans, we get to enjoy first-class, high-quality, top 25 football. That's what Willie Fritz has delivered. A very difficult thing to deliver. It's not like putting LSU back on the winning path. They're supposed to be there. Tulane, academic school, they've been void of any consistent football success for decades and decades and decades, beyond my lifetime. And now there's consistent football success, and Willie Fritz is the reason why. It all boils down to Willie Fritz. What he wants to do, Tulane's going to step up and do everything they can do. And it'll be fair and honorable and worthwhile. It won't be, a half-ass effort. But is the job that's offered to Willie Fritz the right one? Does Fritz want to go to that school? Good fit? All of that. So we'll wait and see. Nothing is definitive at all. But I definitely think it's still up in the air. What's that, Blue Boy? You desperately want to see Willie Fritz stay in Uptown at Tulane. I'm with you, buddy. 110%. What's that? The guy's a total and complete winner and an honorable guy, a good guy. Blue Boy, couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks, Miss Peaches. Catch you mañana, Wide Open Wednesday.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.